Yes, several years ago, we actually decided to put on paper some of the things that we thought represented our team. Actually, I believe we borrowed them from Training International, and we changed them a little bit. But basically, we have 5 pillars: Christ-centered, team focus, work ethic, humility, and legacy. And certainly, Kristen would typify all of those for sure. And I think one of the things, when I think of legacy, it occurred several years ago. Hannah Wales was a junior captain for us, if I remember correctly. It was a preseason scrimmage up at Wittenberg, and Kristen had come back to visit, and I was introducing her to the girls, telling her, this girl's a great player in the past and all that. And Hannah looked at her and said, you were my Awana leader when I was this little girl. And I thought, that's kind of neat. She remembers that. And certainly Kristen's investment, be away from soccer and the lives of young people through Awana, certainly be commended for that. She was a midfielder for us much of the time, sometimes a central midfielder, sometimes an outside midfielder. In those early days, I was always tweaking the system, trying to settle into something, and so she got moved around a fair bit. But she was a goal scorer and obviously an assist player. She had good speed, good work rate, and definitely could strike the ball with force and quickly. Again, I think in earlier discussion we talked about it was her first year, which I was not her coach, but Walsh College, Walsh University now, was a good side, and I think our women beat them 2-1 if I remember correctly, and she scored a goal 41 seconds into the match, and I think it kind of shocked them and set the tone for the game. Obviously, she didn't do it alone. Other good people came along and joined her along the way, but when I look at that in the early years, she had to be one of the best players when the program started. And the fact that, she was the total person, obviously nursing, strong academics. And the other thing is, I'm not sure what kind of ministries she's involved with, but the fact that I know she's involved in Awana on a consistent basis said something about her, her heart and ministry with kids. And obviously, work ethic, again, I could look it up, but I'm sure she was probably at the top of almost of all her fitness assessments. Again, she was one of our faster players. I think she set a standard, for work ethic and for really what it means to be a player, a Christian player, a follower of Christ, and to play the game in the way that honors Him. While we probably didn't articulate it as much then as we do now, the way that we put our pillars out there, definitely when I look back, yeah, she epitomized those 5 pillars for sure. In fact, I'm going to give you an illustration of her character apart from soccer. Her senior year, she was selected to play in the Ohio Collegiate Soccer Coaches Association Senior All-Star Game. It's a nice honor, and we had several other girls that had done it in the past and some recently. And when the date came out for that, she said, Coach, Allison Hume, who'd played soccer here a couple of years, but Allison dropped out because she was a theater major. It was just impossible to do both at the time. Said, Coach, Allison's having her senior speech recital, and I'm handling her reception. And she said, that's the same time as a senior all-star game. I can't do it. I said, that speaks volume for her character, commitment to her friend, what she'd promised to do, and not pass it off and say, oh, wow, I got this great honor. So it speaks to her character. Obviously, her accomplishments in terms of goal scored, assists, the fact she's a 4-year starter, 2-year captain, her leadership, hosting team meals. I guess we'd use the term today, she was the full package, for sure, in terms of her influence as a soccer player, influence as a person, her character. It'd be pretty hard to try to find something to say about her that you wouldn't just go, wow, that's pretty impressive.